This is Malaika Samuel, register number URK19CS101024. This is exercise number 3 in computer networks. The simulation of LAN topology to DHCP, HTTP, and DNS protocol. First, I'm going to log in. I'm going to create 3 basic LANs with end devices from server to switch. Okay, so first I'll drop. Okay, so now I'm going to connect these through with the copper straight wire. Fast Ethernet. Now I'm going to connect the switches to the routers for the communication between each LAN. Okay. So since we do not have any more ports, so I'm going to add a port. So I'm going to copper fast Ethernet ports and switch it on. Okay. Connect this switch to the router. Okay. So now I'm going to give the IP addresses for the end devices in each LAN. 0 desktop ipconfig 192 168.10.1 subnet mask default gateway 92.68.10.100. Okay. Similarly, I'm gonna do the same for the other devices. Now I'm gonna give the IPs for the server. .168.10.3 192.168.10.100. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same and give IP addresses for the LAN 3 as well. So as you can see, I've given the IP addresses for the first LAN and the second LAN. Now we'll name the servers, and then we'll assign the IP addresses for the third LAN using DHCP protocol. So okay. So now using DHCP protocol, we're going to give the IP address for this LAN. So first we're gonna give the IP address for the DHCP server. Also the default gateway. Okay, now I'm gonna go to services and open DHCP and on. Okay, so change the default gateway 192.68.30.100. And starting address I'm gonna give it to 2 because we've already assigned 1 to the server, and maximum number 10. Save. Okay, so now here we can see the protocol name, the default gateway and the subnet mask, etc. And then now we'll go to each device and I'm going to assign the IP address dynamically. So it's requesting you, and the DHCP request was successful, and as you can see the IP address starts from 2. I'm going to do this for all the devices. So now I've assigned the IP addresses using DHCP protocol. Now we're going to look at the HTTP protocol. Okay, so now I'm going to open PC4 and I'm going to open the web browser, and I'm going to give the IP address of the server. 3. As you can see, we get the so as we didn't use the so we used the IP address since we didn't use the DNS protocol yet. We didn't do the DNS configuration. So after we do the DNS configuration, we can try using the URL. Okay. So let's go to the DNS server. Services. DNS on. I'm gonna give the domain name. The IP address is 3 and add. Okay, so we've added the domain name and the IP address. So now we're gonna give the now I'm gonna give the DNS IP address to any one of the pieces from which we're gonna access the page. So since the PCs do not recognize the DNS server, we're going to give the IP address to the PC. So we'll go on the PC, go to IP address configuration, and we're going to give the DNS server's IP address. So the IP address is 3. .3. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same for PC2, PC4. .3. Okay. So now to access the web page, I'm going to use the URL. Now to communicate from one LAN to another LAN, we're going to do the IP configurations. So the router configurations. To the CLI. No. Able. Configure terminal. Okay. Now I'm gonna add the interface name. So the first interface is FA0/0, FA0/0. Now I'm gonna get the IP address and subnet mask. IP DRS address 192.168.10.100. and the subnet mask. 255.255.255.0. No. Okay. Now as we can see, the interface is up, and we're going to do the same thing for both the LANs. So enter port A6/0. Dot 10.100 255.255.0. And for the third int A1/0 IP address 192.168.255.255.0. Okay, so now all the three interfaces are up, and it's turned green. So now we can ping from one LAN to the other, and we'll look at the DNS protocol. So I'm going to give the URL. So the web pages is now we're going to check the same in simulation mode. So I'm going to give the same message. So I'm giving the domain name. So now the packet is going to go from PC0 to the Google server. And now the TCP packet is created. Since the HTTP protocol, the TCP packet is created, so it uses the TCP protocol, and we get the HTTP packet. Okay, so first now the web page is generated. So first the TCP is created. The TCP is created. Then the three-way handshake has happened. Then only after the three-way handshake is established, the HTTP request is generated. So this is how we do the LAN simulation for DHCP, HTTP, and DNS protocol. Thank you.